you were left with $800,000 in his will. Is that true?
Yes.
Tori Spelling has always lived in the shadow of her famous last name, but when it comes to her inheritance, the story is anything but typical. As the daughter of legendary TV producer Aaron Spelling, many expected Tori to inherit a fortune that matched her father's vast empire. However, the reality of her inheritance is completely opposite to the public's imagination. From the surprising amount she received to the financial struggles that followed, Tori Spelling's inheritance has become a headline-grabbing saga that continues to intrigue and astonish fans and critics alike. Continue the video to know the exact number she received from her late father. Grew up in immense wealth and privilege, Tori Spelling's early life seemed to promise a financial cushion of sorts. Her father, Aaron Spelling, was one of television's most prolific producers, responsible for hits like Charlie's Angels, Dynasty, and of course, Beverly Hills 90210. With such a backdrop, it's easy to see why many might assume that Tori's financial situation would be as comfortable as her character's was on TV. However, reality has told a different story. In a candid revelation during a 2019 episode of her short-lived reality show, Tori Tried and True, Tori admitted her struggles with managing money. "I am not great with money," she confessed. This statement wasn't just a casual remark, but a reflection of her real financial struggles. Tori explained that she had relied heavily on a business manager from the age of 18, leaving her with little to no knowledge of financial management. Everything went to them," she said, underscoring how her lack of involvement in her own financial affairs left her poorly equipped to handle money matters. As a result, despite her father's wealth and her own career earnings, Tori faced significant financial difficulties. Her financial missteps have been well documented over the years, including notable instances of extravagant spending and the fallout from a series of poor financial decisions. For a while, it seemed that Tori was constantly in the headlines for her financial woes rather than her work. Her debts and financial mismanagement led to a series of public and legal battles, including a bankruptcy filing that further underscored her struggles. Adding to her financial challenges, Tori's personal life has also been under intense scrutiny. In late March 2024, she made headlines again for launching her podcast, Misspelling. The timing of the podcast's launch was particularly notable as it coincided with the announcement of her divorce from her husband of 18 years, Dean McDermott. The couple, who had a high-profile relationship and appeared together in various reality TV shows, officially separated on June 17, 2023. This separation came after a period marked by publicized marital strife and speculation about their relationship. In the aftermath of her separation from McDermott, Tori faced additional personal and financial pressures. Reports emerged that she was living with her 5 children in an RV, a choice that highlighted her ongoing financial strain and her desire to provide stability and normalcy for her family, despite the upheaval. The RV living situation, while unconventional, was a practical solution amidst her financial constraints, and an indication of her efforts to maintain a semblance of normal life for her children. Let's go back in time to learn more about Tori. She began her acting journey at the tender age of 6, an early start that set the stage for her future success. With her father's connections and resources, it was no surprise that she quickly found opportunities in the industry. Spelling's childhood was peppered with guest roles on a range of popular television shows that were often associated with her father's production company. Her early credits included appearances on The Love Boat and Fantasy Island, both of which were staples of TV entertainment in the late 1970s and early 1980s. These roles provide her with invaluable experience and visibility in the entertainment industry. Her acting career continued to build momentum as she transitioned into her teenage years. During this period, she landed a guest spot on the beloved teen series Saved by the Bell, which further solidified her presence on television. These roles, while significant, were just the beginning of what would become a defining moment in her career. Tori Spelling's big break came with her casting as Donna Martin on Beverly Hills 90210, a role that would catapult her to fame and cement her place in pop culture history. The show, which premiered in 1990, was a groundbreaking series that defined a generation of teenagers with its portrayal of the lives of wealthy high school students in Beverly Hills. Spelling, at just 16 years old, took on the role of Donna Martin, a character who became a fan favorite for her sweet demeanor and relatable struggles. Despite her undeniable talent, it's impossible to ignore the impact of her father's influence on her career. Aaron Spelling was not only a prominent figure in Hollywood, but also the creator of numerous successful television shows. His involvement in the industry undoubtedly provided Tori with unique opportunities and connections that might have been less accessible to others without such a pedigree. In a 2019 interview with People magazine, Tori reflected on her experience with Beverly Hills 90210 and the profound effect it had on her life. "I was just 16 years old when the original 90210 started filming, and too young to really understand and appreciate the impact our show would have on our generation and generations to come," she noted. This statement reveals the depth of her realization about the show's influence, recognizing that her role in 90210 was not merely a stepping stone, but a defining element of her career. Despite her privileged upbringing and the immense wealth of her late father, Aaron Spelling, Tori Spelling's financial reality has been far from secure. In 2013, it became publicly known that Spelling was grappling with significant financial difficulties, a stark contrast to the opulent lifestyle one might expect given her background. Aaron Spelling, a legendary television producer, was worth approximately $500 million at the time of his death in 2006. With such a substantial inheritance on the line, many might assume that Tori Spelling would be financially set for life. However, her financial story has been marked by a series of challenges and missteps that have kept her in the headlines for the wrong reasons. In her 2013 memoir, Spelling It Like It Is, Tori candidly addressed her financial troubles. She reflected on the paradox of growing up in immense wealth while struggling to manage her finances in adulthood. "It's no mystery why I have money problems. I grew up rich beyond anyone's dreams. Even when I try to embrace a simpler lifestyle, I can't seem to let go of my expensive tastes," she wrote. This admission highlighted a key issue. Despite her attempts to simplify her life, the ingrained habits and expectations of a luxurious upbringing proved difficult to shake off. Tori's financial woes were not just a result of extravagant spending, but also stemmed from her lifestyle adjustments after Beverly Hills 90210. After the show ended in 2000, Spelling faced the reality of managing her finances independently. While she had enjoyed a lavish lifestyle during her teenage years and early adulthood, the end of the series and subsequent changes in her career meant that she had to deal with financial responsibilities on her own. Reports indicate that Tori struggled with substantial credit card debt, at one point owing hundreds of thousands of dollars. Her spending habits, which had been accustomed to a high-end lifestyle, did not immediately adapt to her new financial circumstances. "Bad shopping habits die hard," she admitted. "In all honesty, I grew up a certain way. I never had to worry about money. That was my reality." This disconnect between her upbringing and her financial reality exacerbated her struggles, making it challenging for her to navigate her financial responsibilities. Despite efforts to address her financial issues, including paying off $88,000 in debt in previous years, Tori Spelling's financial situation continued to deteriorate. By January 2023, it was reported that she owed $1.3 million in back taxes to the IRS, an amount that was approximately 9 times greater than her estimated net worth. This staggering debt further highlighted the severity of her financial troubles and the disparity between her wealth and her liabilities. Tori Spelling's decision to live in an RV in 2023 highlights a convergence of financial difficulties and significant personal challenges. The choice to move into a Sunseeker E450 RV, which is a considerable step up from the more budget-friendly accommodations they reportedly used, reflects both practical needs and the broader context of her financial situation. By July 2023, reports indicated that Tori Spelling and her 5 children were staying at a 100-a-night motel. This choice of temporary accommodation was a clear sign of the financial constraints they were facing. The situation was not just about choosing a lower-cost option, but also about navigating a period marked by financial instability and uncertainty. The RV, while more comfortable than a budget motel, was nonetheless indicative of their need to find a more stable living situation amid these financial pressures. The Sunseeker E450 RV is a more luxurious option within the realm of recreational vehicles, offering more space and amenities than a standard model. This choice allowed Spelling to provide a semblance of normalcy and comfort for her children during a challenging time. The move into the RV was driven by more than just financial considerations. In addition to the economic factors, a significant health and safety issue prompted the relocation. Tori Spelling shared on Instagram that the reason for their sudden move was the discovery of toxic mold in their California home. Mold exposure can pose serious health risks, particularly for children, and the presence of toxic mold made it imperative for Spelling and her family to vacate their homes immediately. This situation not only forced them into temporary accommodations, but also highlighted the urgent need to address health and safety concerns. The question of why Tori Spelling finds herself struggling financially, despite her father, Aaron Spelling, passing away with an estimated $500 million in the bank, is intertwined with the specifics of his will and the distribution of his estate. Aaron Spelling, the iconic television producer behind hits like Charlie's Angels and Dynasty, left the majority of his substantial fortune to his wife, Candy Spelling, rather than his children. Aaron Spelling passed away in June 2006 from complications related to a stroke. At the time of his death, he was also reportedly battling Alzheimer's disease, which may have affected his decisions and the management of his estate. The will and distribution of his assets reflect a deliberate choice on his part regarding the allocation of his wealth. According to the terms of his will, Aaron Spelling allocated a significant portion of his estate to his wife, Candy Spelling. This decision was in line with the common practice of leaving the bulk of an estate to a surviving spouse, particularly when that spouse is also the primary caregiver or partner in managing the family's finances. Candy Spelling was thus the primary beneficiary of Aaron's fortune, receiving the majority of the estate. Tori Spelling and her brother, Randy Spelling, received a relatively modest inheritance compared to the vast fortune left to their mother. Each child received less than $1 million, a sum that, while substantial, paled in comparison to the total estate value. This allocation was reportedly discussed with Tori before her father passed away. In interviews, Tori mentioned that she was aware of the limited inheritance she would receive and had come to terms with it. In an interview with ABC News in 2008, Tori spoke candidly about her reaction to the inheritance. "I think part of me, in the back of my head, maybe hoped it would be different. But I hated myself for hoping it would be different because I didn't want to take advantage. I didn't want to be that girl who needed or wanted my dad's money," she revealed. This statement reflects her internal conflict and desire to maintain her independence and self-reliance, despite the reality of her financial situation. Maybe you don't know, but the discord between Tori and Candy Spelling has deep roots, beginning with their family dynamics during Tori's childhood. Tori Spelling herself has described her early years as being marked by a strong bond with her father, Aaron Spelling. In interviews, Tori has recounted that she was very much a daddy's girl, and this dynamic contributed to the tensions with her mother. As an adult, I can go back and look at the relationship and see that he kind of always positioned her as like he was good cop and she was bad cop, Tori shared in a 2014 interview with Access Hollywood. This characterization suggests that Aaron Spelling often played a more lenient, affectionate role, while Candy Spelling was perceived as the more disciplinary figure. The friction between Tori and her mother did not dissipate with time. In fact, it escalated into significant familial discord. This ongoing conflict was publicly highlighted in 2009 when Candy Spelling made a shocking statement during a radio interview. She alleged that Tori's estrangement from the family was so severe that it had a detrimental impact on Aaron Spelling's health and well-being. My daughter one day decided that she wasn't speaking to my husband, myself, and my son, and that's how it's continued for the last, 4 or 5 years. And it was sad. That's what killed my husband, actually. He just didn't want to live after that, Candy claimed. This statement attributed Aaron's death, which was due to complications from a stroke and Alzheimer's disease, to the familial strife and Tori's estrangement. In the period leading up to Aaron Spelling's death in 2006, tensions between Tori and her parents were at a peak. As Candy Spelling alleged, Tori was estranged from her parents during this time, which contributed to the public narrative of discord. However, in the final months of Aaron Spelling's life, Tori managed to reconcile with her father. This reconciliation was an emotional and significant development, given the severity of Aaron's health issues and the family's fraught history. Despite this reconciliation, the relationship between Tori and Candy continued to be strained and frequently aired in the public sphere. The conflicts between mother and daughter did not dissipate easily, and their frustrations were often expressed through media interviews and public statements. This ongoing tension was not just a private matter, but became a focal point of media coverage, which further complicated their attempts at resolution. The situation began to shift in 2016, when Candy Spelling made a notable move to repair their relationship. In an interview with TMZ, she revealed that she was financially assisting Tori. This gesture indicated an effort to mend their strained relationship and provide support during a challenging period for Tori. The act of financial help was a significant step in rebuilding their bond, demonstrating a willingness on Candy's part to address their past conflicts and support her daughter. Despite these efforts, the relationship was not without its complications. One major point of contention was Candy's feelings towards Tori's husband, Dean McDermott. Reports indicated that while Candy and Tori were working on improving their relationship, Candy had a difficult time accepting Dean. This disapproval created additional friction and presented a challenge to the healing process within the family. Personal relationships within a family can significantly influence the dynamics of broader family conflicts, and Candy's discomfort with Dean McDermott added another layer of complexity to the reconciliation efforts. By 2022, there was a marked improvement in the relationship between Tori and Candy Spelling. On the radio show Jeff Lewis Live, Tori shared that she and her mother were in regular contact, texting every day and enjoying a close relationship. This update reflected a positive turn in their familial bond, suggesting that the efforts to repair their relationship were having a meaningful impact. Now, let's shed more light on Tori Spelling's financial resources. Her involvement in Beverly Hills 90210 was a defining moment in her career, both in terms of exposure and financial reward. The show, which aired from 1990 to 2000, was a cultural phenomenon, becoming one of the most iconic television series of the 1990s. Its success had a significant impact on the careers of its cast members, including Spelling, who played the role of Donna Martin. During the original run of Beverly Hills 90210, specific salary details for the cast members are not extensively documented, and the exact amounts they earned per episode remain largely unknown. The series was a major success, running for 10 seasons and a total of 292 episodes, which suggests that the main cast members, including Spelling, were likely compensated well for their roles. However, precise figures regarding their salaries during the show's initial run are not publicly available, and the specifics of residuals for actors involved in long-running TV series like 90210 can be complex and varied. In 2019, the show was revived in the form of a reboot called BH 90210, which saw the return of some of the original cast members, including Tori Spelling. This reboot was an attempt to capitalize on the nostalgia for the original series and to reintroduce the characters to a new generation. Despite the anticipation, the reboot was short-lived and was canceled after just one season. For her role in BH 90210, Tori Spelling was reportedly paid $70,000 per episode. This salary reflects the reboot's attempt to capitalize on the original show's success and the star power of its returning cast members. In addition to her acting salary, Spelling earned an additional $15,000 per episode as a co-creator of the reboot, a role she shared with fellow cast member Jenny Garth. This dual role as both an actress and a co-creator allowed Spelling to earn a substantial amount from the project, combining her acting fee with compensation for her creative contributions. If you have questions about Tori Spelling's marriage, here's the answer. She and Dean McDermott's marriage, which began with a whirlwind romance, faced numerous challenges and eventually came to an end in 2024. Their relationship has been a notable topic in the media, featuring both high-profile successes and significant personal struggles. Tori Spelling and Dean McDermott first crossed paths in 2005 on the set of the Lifetime movie Mind Over Murder. At the time, both were married to other people. Despite the existing relationships, their on-set chemistry led to an affair. The nature of their initial connection was marked by complexity and controversy, setting the stage for a tumultuous relationship. In 2006, Spelling and McDermott married, blending their lives amid the public eye. Their union, while celebrated in the media, was not without its difficulties. Over the years, they navigated various personal and professional hurdles that tested their commitment to each other. Just a year after their wedding, the couple welcomed their first child, Liam Aaron, in 2007. Liam's birth marked a significant and joyful milestone in their lives, as Tori embraced her new role as a mother with great enthusiasm. However, the journey to Liam's arrival was not without its challenges. Tori had a difficult time during labor, ultimately needing a C-section to safely deliver her son. This experience, while challenging, was a testament to Tori's strength and determination. Despite the difficulties, both mother and baby emerged from the ordeal healthy, and the couple was overjoyed to start their new chapter as parents. The name Liam Aaron was chosen with deep meaning, as the middle name Aaron was a tribute to Tori's father, the legendary TV producer Aaron Spelling, who had passed away the year before in 2006. This connection added an emotional layer to the birth, intertwining Tori's past with her new life as a mother. Liam's early days were not just a private family affair, but were shared with the world through the couple's reality show, Tori and Dean, Home Sweet Hollywood. The show, which initially focused on Tori and Dean's newlywed life and their experiences as first-time parents, became a platform for them to open up about their challenges and triumphs as a family. The timing of Liam's birth coincided with the filming of the series, making his arrival a central storyline in the show. Tori and Dean. Home Sweet Hollywood offered viewers an intimate look into the Spelling-McDermott household, capturing both the everyday moments and the more significant milestones of their early parenthood journey. The reality series was part of a broader trend during that era, where celebrity lives were increasingly shared with the public through reality TV. However, what set Tori and Dean's show apart was the authenticity and vulnerability they displayed, particularly as they navigated the challenges of being first-time parents. As a baby, Liam quickly became a fan favorite. His adorable antics and the genuine love between him and his parents resonated with viewers, helping to endear the family to a broad audience. The show depicted the real-life ups and downs of parenting, from sleepless nights and diaper changes to the joys of watching their son reach his early milestones. Fans appreciated the candid portrayal of their lives, which balanced the glitz and glamour often associated with Hollywood with the relatable struggles of new parenthood. A little over a year after welcoming their first child, Liam, Tori Spelling and Dean McDermott expanded their family with the birth of their daughter, Stella. The arrival of their baby girl was another joyous occasion for the couple, and like many parents, the choice of their daughter's name was a significant and deeply personal decision. For Tori, the name Stella carried a profound meaning rooted in her love for literature. As a child, Tori was captivated by Charles Dickens' classic novel Great Expectations. The story, with its rich characters and intricate plot, left a lasting impression on her, particularly the character of Estella, who played a pivotal role in the narrative. The name Estella resonated with Tori, evoking memories of her childhood fascination with the novel. However, when it came to naming their daughter, both Tori and Dean had reservations about using the full name Estella. While the name Estella held literary significance, it didn't quite feel like the perfect fit for their new baby. Tori and Dean wanted a name that was both meaningful and comfortable, something that would suit their daughter as she grew. The couple's discussions about the name reflected their desire to find a balance between honoring Tori's literary inspiration and choosing a name that felt right for their family. It was during one of these conversations that Dean suggested shortening the name to simply Stella. The idea immediately resonated with Tori. Stella retained the essence of the character Estella from Great Expectations, while also standing on its own as a beautiful, strong name. The simplicity and elegance of the name Stella appealed to both Tori and Dean, and they felt it was the perfect choice for their daughter. In addition to the first name, the couple carefully considered their daughter's middle name. They chose the middle name Doreen to honor Dean's mother, who had passed away. This choice added another layer of significance to Stella's name, connecting her to her family's heritage and ensuring that Dean's mother's memory would be carried forward through her granddaughter. The combination of Stella and Doreen created a name that was rich in personal and familial meaning, reflecting both Tori's love of literature and the couple's desire to honor their loved ones. The birth of Stella, like that of her brother Liam, was a momentous event in the Spelling-McDermott household. Tori and Dean were overjoyed to welcome their daughter into the world, and they embraced the challenges and rewards of parenting with enthusiasm. The choice of Stella's name was just one of the many ways in which they expressed their love and hopes for their daughter's future. As with Liam's early days, Stella's infancy and the experiences of raising a daughter were shared with the public through the couple's reality show, Tori and Dean, Home Sweet Hollywood. The show continued to document the family's life, capturing the joys and challenges of raising two young children. Viewers were once again invited into the Spelling-McDermott household, where they could witness the evolving dynamics of the family as they adjusted to life with a new baby. In 2011, Tori Spelling and Dean McDermott expanded their family once again with the arrival of their third child, a daughter named Hattie Margaret. The journey to Hattie's birth was filled with anticipation, surprises, and a sense of joy that would continue to define their growing family. However, the birth of Hattie was particularly memorable, not just because she was their third child, but because of the unique and unexpected circumstances surrounding her arrival. Tori and Dean had decided to keep the gender of their third child a secret until the moment of birth. This decision added an extra layer of excitement and mystery to the pregnancy, as they eagerly awaited the day when they would finally meet their new baby. Throughout her pregnancy, Tori had a strong intuition that she was carrying a boy. She had even begun to mentally prepare for the arrival of another son, imagining what it would be like to add another little boy to their family dynamic. However, When the moment finally arrived in October 2011, Tori and Dean were in for a surprise. As the baby was delivered, they discovered that their newest addition was not a boy, as Tori had expected, but a beautiful baby girl. The surprise was a delightful one, and the couple was overjoyed to welcome Hattie Margaret into their family. The unexpected twist made the moment even more special, as they realized that their family was continuing to grow in ways they hadn't fully anticipated. Naming their daughter was a thoughtful process, as it had been with their other children. The name Hattie Margaret was chosen with care, reflecting both the couple's love for classic, timeless names and their desire to give their daughter a name that would carry meaning throughout her life. The name Hattie is often associated with warmth, friendliness, and a certain old-fashioned charm, qualities that Tori and Dean hoped would be reflected in their daughter's personality. The middle name, Margaret, was chosen for its strong traditional connotations, and it complemented Hattie's first name beautifully. Hattie's arrival in October made her birth even more special as it coincided with the fall season, a time of year that Tori had always loved. The crisp autumn air, the vibrant colors of the changing leaves, and the festive atmosphere of Halloween all contributed to the joy of welcoming a new baby during this time. Tori embraced the season wholeheartedly, finding ways to incorporate the warmth and spookiness of October into Hattie's early life. This love for the season soon became a tradition, with Halloween-themed birthday celebrations becoming a yearly highlight for Hattie as she grew. Tori's enthusiasm for Halloween was something she passed on to her daughter. From a young age, Hattie developed a fondness for the holiday and all its associated activities. The spooky decorations, the costumes, the candy, and the overall sense of fun that Halloween brought were all things that Hattie looked forward to each year. Her birthday celebrations became an extension of this love for Halloween, with Tori going all out to create memorable and themed parties that were both fun and slightly eerie, just the way Hattie liked them. As Hattie grew older, her interest in all things spooky deepened. She began to develop a love for horror films, an interest that her parents encouraged in age-appropriate ways. Though she was still a few years away from watching some of the scarier movies, including her mother's own appearance in Scream 2, Hattie's fascination with the genre was clear. Tori, who had a role in one of the most iconic horror franchises of the late 90s, found a special connection with her daughter through this shared interest. It was a bond that was unique to them, and it added another layer of connection between mother and daughter. In 2012, Tori Spelling faced one of the most challenging times of her life when she became pregnant with her fourth child, Finn. Unlike her previous pregnancies, which had their own set of difficulties, this one proved to be particularly harrowing. The pregnancy was marked by a series of complications that not only put her life at risk, but also made the entire experience an emotional roller coaster for her and her family. Early in her pregnancy, Tori was diagnosed with placenta previa, a condition where the placenta covers the cervix, leading to severe complications such as heavy bleeding. Placenta previa is a rare and serious condition that can cause life-threatening problems for both the mother and the baby. For Tori, the diagnosis was a devastating blow. She knew that the road ahead would be fraught with danger and uncertainty, and she was terrified about what it could mean for her unborn child. As her pregnancy progressed, the complications associated with placenta previa intensified. Tori's doctors advised her to be placed on strict bed rest, which meant she had to spend the remainder of her pregnancy confined to a hospital bed. For someone as active and involved in her children's lives as Tori, the prospect of being bedridden for months was daunting. But she knew it was the only way to ensure the safety of her baby, so she complied, even as the emotional toll began to weigh heavily on her. The weeks that followed were filled with anxiety and fear. Tori experienced several terrifying moments during her hospital stay, where the threat of premature labor loomed large. Each day was a battle to keep her baby safe, and the uncertainty of the situation made it difficult for Tori to stay positive. The support of her husband, Dean McDermott, and their 3 children was invaluable during this time. Dean, in particular, took on the role of both parents for their children at home, while also being a constant source of strength and comfort for Tori in the hospital. Despite the many challenges, Tori's pregnancy reached the point where her doctors felt it was safe to deliver the baby. Finn was born via C-section, and while he was premature, the delivery went as smoothly as could be expected under the circumstances. The relief Tori felt when she finally held her newborn son in her arms was indescribable. After months of fear and uncertainty, Finn's arrival was a moment of pure joy, and she was overwhelmed with gratitude that he was safe and healthy. However, the ordeal was far from over. Less than a month after Finn's birth, Tori was rushed back to the hospital for emergency surgery. The complications from her difficult pregnancy had led to a severe situation that required immediate medical attention. The stress of having just given birth and then facing another life-threatening emergency was almost too much to bear. Tori's health was in a precarious state, and the situation was incredibly tense for her family, who had already been through so much. The emergency surgery was successful, but the experience left Tori physically and emotionally drained. The recovery process was long and arduous, but with the support of her family and the determination that had carried her through the most challenging moments of her life, she gradually regained her strength. The health scares that had plagued her during and after her pregnancy were brief, but they left a lasting impact on her. The experience made her more aware of the fragility of life and the importance of cherishing every moment with her loved ones. During this time, Tori had vowed that Finn would be her last child. The pregnancy had been so difficult and the risks so high that she couldn't imagine going through it all again. The fear and trauma were still fresh in her mind, and she was content with the 4 beautiful children she already had. Tori and Dean focused on raising their growing family, grateful that they had come through such a challenging time with a healthy baby boy and Tori's recovery. Yet, as time passed and the memories of the difficult pregnancy began to fade, the couple's love for their children and their desire to continue building their family grew stronger. Despite the vow Tori had made in the aftermath of Finn's birth, the idea of having another child began to take root in their minds. The trauma of the past was still there, but it was tempered by the joy that each new addition to their family had brought. In the years that followed, Tori and Dean would indeed go on to have another child, proving that even in the face of overwhelming challenges, their love and commitment to their family remained unshakable. The birth of Finn, with all its complications and fears, ultimately became another chapter in their family's story. A chapter that highlighted their resilience, their love for each other, and their ability to overcome even the most daunting of obstacles. However, one of the most significant challenges Tori Dean faced occurred in 2014 when McDermott admitted to infidelity. This cheating scandal was a major public event, placing considerable strain on their marriage. The couple's ability to address and overcome the scandal was closely watched by fans and media alike. In addition to personal challenges, Spelling and McDermott encountered financial difficulties. The pressures of managing finances, coupled with the demands of their public lives, added another layer of stress to their relationship. Despite their attempts to manage these challenges, financial issues became a recurring theme in their marital struggles. In June 2023, Spelling and McDermott officially separated after 18 years of marriage. McDermott publicly announced their separation through an Instagram post, expressing sadness and a heavy heart. It's with great sadness and a very, very heavy heart that after 18 years together and 5 amazing children, that Tori Spelling and I have decided to go our separate ways and start a new journey of our own, McDermott wrote. The post, which has since been removed, emphasized their commitment to co-parenting their 5 children and navigating the difficult transition with as much care and respect as possible. The separation was a significant turning point, but it was not the end of the couple's struggles. In November 2023, McDermott revealed to Daily Mail that his ongoing issues with alcohol and substance abuse played a crucial role in their separation and ultimate divorce. McDermott's struggles with substance abuse had been a persistent issue, impacting his personal and professional life. The acknowledgement of these issues highlighted the deeper problems that contributed to the breakdown of their marriage. Tori Spelling's career, spanning over 2 decades, has evolved significantly, reflecting her adaptability and resilience in the entertainment industry. Despite facing personal challenges and public scrutiny, she has managed to maintain a presence in various aspects of the media landscape. In recent years, Spelling has continued to make strides in her acting career. In 2022, she starred in a reality show titled Of Home with Tori. The show offered an intimate look into her life, focusing on her experiences as a mother and her day-to-day activities. It was part of a broader trend where celebrities leverage reality TV to connect with audiences on a more personal level, showcasing their lives outside the scripted realms of traditional acting. Additionally, Spelling has made notable appearances on other television shows. One such appearance was on The Masked Singer, a popular reality competition show where celebrities perform in elaborate costumes while their identities remain hidden. Spelling's participation in this show highlighted her continued relevance and versatility as an entertainer, allowing her to engage with a wide audience in a unique format. Beyond her acting and reality TV ventures, Spelling has found success as a best-selling author. Her literary contributions have added another dimension to her career, allowing her to share her personal experiences and insights with her readers. Her books often delve into her life, offering a glimpse into her experiences and challenges, and have contributed to her public persona. Spelling's connection to Beverly Hills, 90210, remains a significant part of her professional life. She co-hosts the throwback podcast, 90210OMG, alongside Jenny Garth, her former co-star from the iconic series. The podcast provides fans with a nostalgic look back at the show, featuring discussions about episodes, behind-the-scenes stories, and reflections on the impact of the series. The success of the podcast underscores the enduring popularity of Beverly Hills, 90210, and Spelling's continued relevance in the entertainment industry. In late March 2024, Spelling expanded her media presence further with the launch of her own podcast, Miss Spelling. This new venture allows her to explore new topics and share her perspectives with her audience. The podcast is an extension of her efforts to stay engaged with her fans and to provide content that resonates with her personal experiences and interests. The title, Miss Spelling, plays on her last name, suggesting a blend of personal anecdotes and possibly humorous or insightful commentary on various subjects. What do you think about the property scandals that Tori Spelling endured and the marital tragedies she had to go through? Leave us your comments in the section below. We hope you have found this helpful video. Don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you like it. Thank you for watching this and see you in the next videos. Goodbye.